And that's when all the bullshit. After that happened, y'all pretty much know everything that happened with Johnny because it was all on Bob. So yeah, that's basically.
Thank you, Gino. Because obviously he don't. Maybe you his friend. Maybe you should play it for him. I don't know. Maybe Gino should play it for him.
I done ascended onto a whole new level because this is what we've been saying. They go mindset, 15 minutes of shame, a tozy, everybody watching in the audience, shout out y'all. This is what everybody been saying. It's all online. We can pull up the clips, the VODs, the videos. The playlist got 120. How is he did not? And the only crime he has committed is hurting people's feelings.
And it's an art, entertainment, and he's a comedian. That's everything you said, not me. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Back again. Y'all already know we get down. I ain't gonna lie. Title thumbnail. Y'all see what it is. Yo, Johnny tried to get away? Can't believe it. But no, as y'all know, he's stuck in South Korea. He not getting away. Right.
He should have left.
But, as the boss just said and kind of hinted to, there was a situation in which, back when y'all saw the trio of the three idiots together, the three stooges, the three morons, Gino, Hank, and of course, Rambob himself. You know what I'm saying? Gino was there around, you know, if you don't know Gino, he was like the real sidekick, the background character, no dialogue lines, you know how that goes. But Gino was part of the trio. He was also one of the heads, you know, obviously being a nuisance IRL streamer. He was with Johnny and Hank, and actually, funny enough, within that situation, Gino, funny enough, did the smart thing, got out of there while it was still, he was able to. And Johnny was funny enough going to do the same thing, but clearly we know Johnny's bracing brain cells and was not able to do so, and he missed his opportunity, which then resulted in everything that goes on to this day. So we're gonna yeah, he sure does. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at what was going on with that situation and see how Johnny Somali almost got out of South Korea. Title thumbnail, he clickbaited it. Nah, but seriously, let's see what happened. Oh boy. Man, this guy just flooding up the feed, man. I just
It's
swear.
okay. It's okay. You got this.
But
You got this.
sometimes in life, there could potentially be some smoke when fire is around. But when it comes to Ramsey Khalid Ismail, there will always be Andrew Esquire. Facts. We got Johnny Somali almost got away. Of course, you guys want to watch the original video. Down in the description. First link to give your own opinions and conjecture. Let's get right into it, baby.
Sound like a remix?
We now have news on how Johnny Somali almost got away. Of course, this is the Legal Mindset where we teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney living over here in Asia and dedicated to the lockup of Johnny Somali and tracking every step of the legal process towards his conviction. Now, Johnny Somali has now been in Korea for over 7-8 months.
Yep. To the nines, to the T's. It should be around 7 to 8 months now.
And as we head towards the next court date, which is in August 13th of 2025, it seems like he is headed to be in Korea for over a year, possibly more. And that's not counting any time behind bars. But this saga all began with him streaming last year in 2024 with a partner, Gino. And Gino was very fortunate to escape Korea, to get out of Korea before charges were placed against him as well, because he was an accomplice, he was a cameraman, and there was a lot of heat on him. But we finally have a full story in which he is on the phone with a caller and goes through this story on how close it really came to him being arrested himself, and also how Johnny was a mere day away from really possibly getting out of Korea in a...
It just goes to show you how much I be saying all the time, too. Like, with stupid actions, stupid consequences, it's like, man, he continued to do stupid actions for one more day. And him doing that, John, resulted in him literally, potentially now,
I'm stuck.
could get him... Well, what could be the aggravated max? He could get up to 12 years, realistically, at least what I think. But what will probably land him almost 5 years in jail. Insane works we got here. One day. One day. That's another thing too. But then you could also apply that in good natures, at least not with Johnny, because nothing with him is good. One day, you could do one thing, and that could be the thing to change your life. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to be that guy. Trillia's the what's the name? The philosopher, bro. He's trying to drop some knowledge on y'all or something, or drop some, the motivational coach. But hey, listen, if the boss ain't tell me to record that one day, no one would have ever seen Cho Talks Everything. I'm trying to tell heads. But anyway, sidebar, let's bring it back. If Johnny decided to not be dumb for one day, none of this would have happened. So thank you, Johnny. I ain't gonna lie, you paid a lot of bills, bruh. Thanks.
Escaping, and only because Johnny Somali refuses to listen, and he's doubled down on his bad behavior, doubled down on getting the maximum amount of clout that has dug him in this deep and continues to bury him in South Korea in legal trouble. So without further ado, we're going to go over here and take a look at this clip. I will give some credit to 15 Minutes of Shame for censoring this. There are a lot of bad words that Johnny usually says, so those are censored out. So I would thank them for that. Let's play the clip.
There's no way these Koreans found the hotel while I'm still here, bro. I'm like, God, no, please don't let this shit happen to me, bro. So I'm like, please don't let this shit happen to me, bro. So okay, so the owner texting Johnny, and Johnny's like, Johnny.
Now, for some context, this is the point at which, back in 2024, in which they are being hunted both by authorities who are looking for them and by Korean streamers, like all the streamers I interviewed, Dalgoon, J Company, Bang TV, all those guys were looking for them to find them, to locate them, to also to really assist law enforcement in knowing where they can find them, to serve them with charges and give them papers. So this is a point at which they were really being hunted in Korea. The golden goblin hunt was at its peak.
He's texting the owner. He's like, bro, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just tell him you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know who I am. And thank God the owner of the hotel was so cool, because the owner of the hotel, he was like telling I was calling, basically like, I can't disclose private information about who lives in my, who's staying in my hotel or this and that. So
just to be fair, that is pretty standard. Most hotels, Airbnbs, etc., will not disclose personal information who's staying. There's usually a lot of liability regarding that if you disclose.
I'm about to say, that puts you in a bad position exposing that information, because we're like that, especially legally. Like, that's cooking you, yo. Like,
close that.
Exactly.
For a number of reasons. So while this may have been lucky for them, I don't think that was anything that was necessarily too far from the norm for what the practice is for hotels, Airbnbs, etc.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful that we had a cool ass hotel owner or Airbnb owner, because if that's not cool like that, and he's like, yeah, that nigga Johnny Somali here, we would have been.
Now, y'all would have been cooked, so, the owner did save y'all A. I'm going to keep it a buck, but he saved y'all A to save his A, to keep it legal on good terms. I ain't going to hold you, because, if he didn't want to keep it legal, oh boy. I ain't going to lie, come on, bro. We all seen the clip. Johnny, Dalgoon, cheeks to Jesus. He walked out of the hotel. He walked out of the apartment building. What happened? Yeah. Tough.
Cooked that night, bro. It was a bit. The Korean nigga running through the motherfucking hotel looking for her ass. So you know what I'm saying. So that next morning, I hopped straight in a taxi. I went straight to the airport. You know what I'm saying. I had on a mask. I had on a beanie. Couldn't nobody do it. I had on a mask. I had on a beanie. I was not playing that shit. I'm like, making it out.
I'll give it to you, bruv. You smart for that, John. Because if you didn't, you would be right where Johnny at. Y'all trail would still be together, sitting and rotting in Hank's apartment right now.
This bitch, I don't give a
Now, to be clear, and this is something I want to bring up here as a good point, the mask and beanie may help you from the general public, but that would not save you from immigration. Korea has an integrated facial scan system. You scan in, scan out, they got your photo. So if he was actually up on charges and had the same travel ban that Johnny had, if Gino had that same travel ban, and once again, Gino here was his cameraman, if he had that same ban that Johnny had, he would not get past immigration. He would not make it because he's got to take off that beanie, get that facial scan to get out there. They're going to check his ID, and he would not get anywhere. So the mask and the beanie, while they might protect you from the general public, is going to do zero in regards to getting past a national border, particularly in Korea.
So yeah, I got on my flight, I left. And then pretty much after that, that day, the day after I left, that's when the Korean Johnny Hotel. And I told them, sweating in departures on God. I was sweating.
Yeah, and let me pull back here. That's all the charges we have now.
Why didn't he just go get on that plane, bro?
Would you expect him to make a smart move?
He
Do
said,
we
"I need
ever
to get
expect him to do anything intelligent?
drink. I just need one more drink before I get on that plane." And now look.
And that one more drink resulted in seven, including again 2 deep fakes. Should have just got on, Johnny. Was the clue? The money. Was it worth it? Excellent questions, Zax here. Yeah, I would say no.
So Johnny narrowly avoided, at least now we're up to 7. We started with 1, remember? We started with 1 charge. We're up to 7. He almost got away with it. Almost got away with 7. And once again, we've got a lot of time till August. I fully expect another charge or 2 or 3 to trickle in against Johnny, as we go towards August. We have plenty of time for that. He almost got out of all of this time. Isn't that kind of crazy?
God, I was sweating in departures. I was hiding it. Kid you not, I was hiding in the bathroom. I was hiding in the airport bathroom for like 30.
As a correction, this was clipped before I updated this. This is actually incorrect. It's actually August 13th at 4 p.m. This was clipped from a little too earlier.
Minutes. Because I see me while I'm waiting for my departure. I kid you not, bro. Not finna do shit in the airport. Like, let's be real. And then I stayed in Osaka for like 2 weeks. I think like 2 weeks. And then I went back to America.
And, once again, this is one of the reasons why you need to stop these people at the border. Japan had every reason, especially as a affiliate, associate, accomplice of Johnny Somali, to deny him out of Japan, to bounce him out of Japan, to keep him out of Japan. And this is one of the reasons why they need to be stopped at the border before.
I'm still wondering how he made it out of Thailand, bro.
Oh,
Like how to Thailand?
Gino or
yeah, Gino.
Gino?
I'm still after that one clip.
I thought Gino got a little bit of brain going on.
No, he could fake. No, I give it to
Yeah.
Gino. Like
So
he's
he
still a
probably
moron.
left.
He's an idiot. But like he at least he's at that level of idiocy where it's like, okay, no, I can't farm this. I can't farm this much. Like
Yeah.
no, I still understand that I'll die at the end of the day. Like they might actually take me away.
Yeah.
Like I'll get cooked for real. Nah, he could think a little bit. The gears they rusty, but they'll turn. It's not like Johnny's Johns where the gears is falling off or fell off.
Are they there?
No.
Okay.
Like, no.
Is there a place to put them?
He's using rocks.
Oh,
Yeah, he's still on a rock and stick. Yeah.
okay.
Hang on.
Before they really commit any of these crimes, because that's really the place to stop the harm to everybody, the harm to natives, whether it's Japan, Korea, Philippines, Thailand, wherever, to keep these nuisance streamers out. Because after you let them in, they've only caused harm to people, harm to property, harm to people, emotional distress to people, harming children, women. These are the things that these people do when they enter countries, and you've got to bounce them at the border by linking their faces to a file which has their information and saying, we don't want you in our country, which every single country has the sovereignty to do and should exercise, particularly against nuisance streamers, especially against those
I'm about to say, particularly against Johnny Somali.
who are accomplices of convicted criminals like Johnny Somali, Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and his friends, many of which who are, of course, convicted criminals.
But the day after I left to Japan, Johnny, that's when all the bullshit started happening to Johnny. Like, cause he flew out the day after me, and that's when they to the airport and they told him, yeah, bro, you can't fly.
Yeah, travel ban.
Mm-hmm.
Go back.
Mm-hmm.
Go back. You're not leaving. That's really tough.
Oh, I know he was scared. Like, what that mean?
That's why, like, for me, it's so funny because, like, he has a travel ban, right? Like, he has a travel ban, but he thinks he's gonna beat his case. So, okay, let's say he beats his case, but you still have a travel ban. What's the point? Like, you understand you're going to do time, right? Like, you're going to get some form of
Now
consequence.
you understand.
I mean, obviously now
He win
again,
the race. He beat the case.
yeah, I did the race,
No,
but like
he
now.
did the race.
Again, I keep stabbing again. The deep fakes is mandatory jail time. No matter what time it is, it's mandatory. So he's getting out regardless. But even still, that factor, like, I don't know why he keeps thinking he's beating his case or just getting fined or whatever. You have a travel ban. If that was just the case, they would just hurry this up, give you your fines, and get you out of here, because that would be the best case scenario. In that point, nah, like, they're finding all the charges you could potentially get hit with, so you can get whatever your deserved max amount of time is for you. You're gonna serve that boy, then you're getting kicked out. Like, and then you're never coming back because you probably just getting a country ban.
Going to Japan in 2029. I don't know why he killed.
That's definitely not happening. Yo,
not
because
letting you in, bro.
first of all, he's banned for. Let me stamp this in because I remember Legal Minds were talking about it. He's banned for Japan for 5 years, so he can't go back no matter what. And then when that 5-year ban is up, it's at their discretion if they want to let him back in the country, and they're never letting him back. Why would they? Especially after they've seen this whole debacle in South Korea, and then Vitaly's like they're crashing out in the Philippines. They're never letting these people back in. What? Like,
you know what I'm saying? You got a drug test or whatever going on, and it came back positive or whatever. You can't block.
So this is a narrative is a little bit inaccurate. We've received, I think Gina was going on what was like said at the time, which is inaccurate. We actually have the actual legal documents and the information which said that he was being held. The travel ban, the basis for the travel ban was not only on suspicion of drugs, which ultimately they did not pursue, but was actually for all the other charges, including obstruction, defamation, deep fakes, even national security, the pro North Korea stuff that was on there, national railway law violations. They threw the whole kitchen sink in the travel ban. So until all of the complete criminal investigation is done into Johnny Somali, he could not.
And that's basically literally what I got off of saying. Like, until all that, John, until your like charges is all clear, and then whatever you get from those, you're not leaving the country. So how are you beating the case if you can't even leave the country? That doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, you're free to walk around and do whatever you want and go to like, you know what I'm saying? Go to Songpa and go to all these different zones and go to Hongdae. Like, you can go around in the country, but you can't go home. I need you to understand this. So how are you beating the case? Like, it's so stupid.
Not leave. Now, just because they gave him the reason of the drug thing does not mean that was the only reason. We found out based on the later legal documents. Of course, they have no duty to disclose what they're investigating. All they had to say is you have a travel ban. And this is what I said to really everybody about Johnny Somali, whether or not he has his passport. Many times he tries to flash that passport and say, I have my passport. The passport does not give you the power to circumvent a travel ban. Exactly. You can have 20 passports. That will not get you out of the country. It's no better than a piece of toilet paper when it comes to that. So in terms of Johnny Somali, it was really because he decided to wait so long in the country, he decided to stay so long and continue to nuisance stream, to really build up that news cycle. And because he became so addicted to it, so addicted to the negative clout that and the attention of the media in a negative way, that he got caught, and now he has dug himself in so deep. We'll listen to a little bit at the end here, but just wanted to clarify on the travel ban.
Okay.
So that nigga Cook, bro, he was on a no-fly list, and he had to stay there. And that's when all the bullshit. After that happened, y'all pretty much know everything that happened to Johnny because it was all on live. So yeah, that's basically.
Thank you, Gino. Thank you, Gino. Because obviously he don't. Maybe you his friend. Maybe you should play it for him. I don't know. Maybe Gino should play it for him.
I done ascended onto a whole new level because this is what we've been saying. Like, go mindset, 15 minutes of shame, a tozy, everybody watching in the audience, shout out y'all. This is what everybody been saying. It's all on live. We can pull up the clips, the VODs, the videos. The playlist got 120. How is he did not? And the only crime he has committed is hurting people's feelings.
And it's an art, entertainment, and he's a comedian. This everything you said, not me. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
That's basically how shit went down. With ABZ, that hates Somali, bro. Anybody that hates Somali automatically is not gonna hang out with me. So that's
Good. Nobody wanted to in the first place.
90% of CX.
And of course, both Gino and Johnny have something in common, that they're very sad they can't hang out with their nuisance streamer friends, their pals, Ice Poseidon and crew. But of course,
Exactly.
like with most of these nuisance streamers, as soon as they hit this peak in negative attention or whatever else, the platforms, their quote unquote friends, chew them up and spit them out and throw them away because they're easily replaceable. They can get somebody else.
I say that's because these people are not your friends; they're just collaborators.
To jump around and do stupid stuff on camera and commit crimes and get a temporary spike in attention. And as soon as they get too hot, they are going to disown them. They're going to disregard them. They're going to walk away from them. Of course, these aren't real quote unquote friends. These are just people that are in it for the quick cash that they get.
Because you have to that's why and this is something I guess I'll speak on real quick, say TLDR, I'll shorten it down. But when you're collaborating, it's really hard, especially with me, if you watching shows like everything. I've seen this literally happening with Ethan and Ian, as an example. It's when you make content, but you're also friends, you're friends behind the scenes and all that. It's within that, on a personal level, you should be able to make that separation. Duh. But people online cannot make that separation. And then within how whatever levels of emotional intelligence you have, that may start affecting you and how you view the relationships yourself as that content creator that's friends and it's making content with another creator. So you may think, oh man, this person is really cool, they're my friend. Meanwhile, head just yeah, brother, we cool, but we just really make content together, whatever. And you may think, yo, this is your best friend and all this type of jazz. This is why one, I always say collabs for me, y'all probably never seeing it from Trill. And if you are, it's probably from my actual homies. I know in real life. I don't cause I don't feel like getting into that. And plus, yeah, we cover the dramas. I already burned all the bridges. I ain't gonna cap. Yeah, watch your time. I burned even the boss laughing. I burned every bridge possible, bro. I'm oh.
Get through doing these negative, stupid acts. And that's why there really needs to be aggressive action, not just against Johnny Somali, but against all nuisance streamers. I have very little sympathy for this nuisance streamer Gino here or any of his ilk who associated with that. None of them really spent the time thinking, should they do this? They did this, and
I know some of y'all may not have seen Gino in a long time. I suggest... first time y'all ever gonna see a Trilly show. I talked about it earlier. The playlist, I suggest y'all go check it out and watch it. I have it in order from the oldest stuff to obviously to now. And you'll see Gino. But Gino is one of the heads that was there when we always talk about me and the boss. Hank got stopped out by the 5'1" Korean girl. Yeah, Gino was one of the bulls there during that time getting jumped as well. So if y'all, not that I'm trying to promote, these fools got jumped, but if you want the context on that, go check out the playlist. I'll link the playlist below on these recent videos. I probably should because they're all Johnny anyway.
Afterwards are reporting on how it went down. So that's the really story, and you can see how close Johnny Somali came, really up to the edge and almost getting away with it. And now that we're here, we've got 7 criminal charges. We've got decades of time in terms of the maximum potential, which he won't get the maximum potential, but it's still crazy to think we've got, decades of time that Johnny could be serving in jail, right? Potentially. And because of that, we're here today, we're covering this, and we're on with this saga. Please, guys, smash the like button, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Gets me every time, but y'all already know what it is, baby. That was Legal Mindset. Johnny Somali almost got away. He indeed did not, sir. He did not get away. No boy.
My final opinion and conjecture.
Wait. If you would like to watch the original video, that will be down in the description. First link to give your own opinions and conjecture. Now the boss, take it away.
Yes.
Final opinions and conjecture.
Should have got on that plane.
Ooh. Agreed.
Now, you live in an apartment in South Korea.
Ran by no pants. Yeah, it was freaking hilarious.
Should have got on that plane.
Yeah, no, but seriously,
Oh, no, wait.
He could have avoided all of this.
He was getting on a plane. That's right. Gino just said he was getting on the plane and got stopped. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, the point still stands. Like I said, he could have avoided all this. You want to know how? By not doing any of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, come on.
You should have went home.
We gotta stamp it in.
Okay, here we go. Is this your final opinion and conjecture? Yes, it is. Here we go.
Stupid actions have stupid consequences.
Bomba.
Facts. All right, that's it. Anyway, you already know what it is. Like to do up if you enjoyed. Me and the boss would, of course, very much appreciate it. Ooh,
Hit that thumbs up.
6K up, 6K down. Because 6K ran away, baby. You already know what it is. Turn on the post notification bell, blue bell, the ringer. So that every time the boss truly posts on this page right here, Minty Mama Chill, that boy will be straight up in your feed. Boss, go ahead and tell them what they got to do in each and every video.
Please make sure to watch it. Oh, I'm my NPC voice. Please make sure to watch the video from the beginning
Quick
to
Mog.
the end.
Quick Mog.
Nah, thank you guys. Watch it. Watch the video and comment. It's my birthday.
Your birthday passed. She's old.
We still celebrating. All right. Anyway.
You already know what it is.
Your end part.
You already know what it is. Of course,
Yes.
like we always say, we appreciate everybody for watching this, giving us your time and day. As always,
Thank you.
baby. We got to get the jello off the little dramas.
We gotta get focused. Hello. Focus on me, camera. There you go. Okay, good. Anyway.
You already know what it is. Of course, like I said, we appreciate everybody watching. You already know more videos is coming out because we got to cover these other bozos.
Yes.
And we're going to catch y'all when that time comes.
Bye.
Peace.